training camp? How are things going?
Good. Going well. Coach is definitely making sure we're in shape. You'll have to ask him. I don't know.
How has he been doing that? Like, how are these practices different from what y'all were did last year?
I think that they've just I think coaches' enthusiasm, just being a first-year coach and everything like that, it's very contagious. It's something I mentioned at media day. There's definitely a different feel in that regard, a positive feeling. And, like I said, it's contagious. Everyone's catching on to it. And everyone's out there giving their all, working real hard and pushing each other.
Adrian, from the moment we met him, talked about his style of defense, things he wanted to do. I think I've been curious just how that translates to you and what you do and what you've been doing.
Right.
Just what is that been? I think you mentioned pick and roll. It's probably going to be up a little further.
Yeah.
Than he needed. How have you sort of digested his plan and what he's asking?
Yeah. It's definitely been great this week to kind of feel that out, because, you see those Toronto teams, they've always been a lot about pressure, being up a bit more, being in passing lanes, stuff like that. So it's been great to work on that this week. There's been a lot of talking to coaches, give and take, feeling things out. But it's been very positive. I have been up more in the pick and roll, applying a bit more ball pressure for the player that I am. Doing things I can to make his system work for our team to the best of its ability.
I've been curious over the years, you've always kind of been the quarterback at the back of the defense, calling things out.
Yeah.
Far up a little bit further, do you feel like you're still kind of able to make those same calls and exert that same level of mental?
Yeah. It's definitely been, learning to do those same jobs and have those same roles in that position. And I still feel that I can do it. It's something that just obviously it starts with transition defense and continues. So it's just a matter of, seeing who's in front of me, knowing who's behind me when I came up in the pick and roll, so just having an idea pretty much. But it's still very much something I take pride in and see as my job.
I know they're not going to totally pull you away from the rim. I'm sure they're going to put you in positions to do what you do. Although I am curious, trust-wise for you, will that be different? And I know maybe you can't answer it until the games happen. Of someone else is going to have to handle some of that back there. For you, it's just sort of the idea of.
Yeah. Again, I still do see that as my role, but there are times again, they've asked me to, everyone, one of our 4 defensive pillars is ball pressure. So they've asked of everyone, and by extension me, to put more pressure on the ball. And so it's, me stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit, getting up in the defender. So, we might get beat occasionally. That might happen. We're human. None of us are perfect. And so it's going to be, I think, at times, as we feel this out and learn it out, sometimes, I'm going to be relying on the help behind me, which is obviously an inverted situation.
That for you kind of the offensive end, Dame and Giannis can have the ball in their hands so much. They certainly have as they've captained the offenses over the last decade.
Right.
Just for you, how do you try to fit in, get in, kind of do your thing with those who can be obviously such ball dominant players?
Yeah, I'm super comfortable in that role, perfectly comfortable in that role. And, they draw so much attention. I got to play with both of them on my team today a little bit. And just the attention they drew, in the games we were playing in camp, in our little scrimmages and drills and stuff like that, it was astonishing. It was so open at times. It was really incredible. I would catch the ball at the 3 and just be like, wow, it's been 2 seconds, still no one's over here. So yeah, I'm excited. I think obviously it's great for us that we have them who can, at any time do what they want offensively. And then it's just a matter of understanding our role on the weak side, playing opposite them, and making ourselves felt without, stepping on any of their toes, being aggressive while still, being in the right spots.
Naturally, does your approach change with the shakeup in the roster?
It could, I still see myself, kind of in the same role. I've been spacing a lot, making plays off that, setting great screens, getting people open, offensive rebounding when I can. So a lot of the same stuff, trying to complement our guys, make them even better, doing what I can, spacing the floor.
The T-shirt, I don't know, is that new this year? Is that something in the past? I didn't know what that
I think this is one of the Bucks collaborations. We had 3 or 4 last year, I believe, and this is one of those from last year.
As you're watching more ball pressure, more physicality on the perimeter, what are you kind of seeing just from everyone else on the roster, kind of trying to execute those into new pillars and principles?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously the aggression has stepped up in that regard. With Bud, we were less about deflections, forcing turnovers and stuff like that. And that's definitely different in this regard with this group. Again, I think it's something that's infectious. People kind of see someone else doing it, just pick it up, and then we're all riding off it. In that, and again, it'll be more, back and forth, figuring out the coaches. For me personally, it's just kind of trying to feel out, where I know I'm going to be at the rim, helping if guys get beat versus if that's someone else role technically in the rotation. Kind of feeling that out, letting guys know, hey, I got that for you. I'll be there. Versus, obviously what coach wants.
Did you look back at the 2-man game you ran with Giannis against Miami? I mean, I know we've seen that probably it fits in spurts and regular season.
Yeah.
Obviously in a series, that was. I mean, it's the two of you. That
Right.
was really difficult. Was there anything about that that you liked and maybe you might want to see a little bit this year?
Oh, yeah. Whenever we need it, I think we're ready to do it. Giannis is such a capable and willing passer and obviously a threat with the ball to score that, that's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. We'll have that in our back pocket. We got so much good stuff going for us offensively. Like it's, we're definitely blessed in that regard. We got a plethora of options. So, but that's definitely something I hopefully we'll look at more and more this season.
What are you seeing from the Rooks and some of the other guys?
Obviously, their energy, their enthusiasm. Some of these guys' athleticism, their speed, it's fantastic. It's a perfect fit for this system. And they definitely seem like they're capable of stepping in and contributing right away, given the chance.
Anything that stood out regarding that athletic? What you mentioned that athleticism.
Oh man, I mean Dre is ridiculously athletic. He's been great. Crashing the offensive glass, contesting shots defensively, just making himself felt. Which is pretty atypical for a rookie. And obviously, he can finish pretty well too. and then we've seen some great growth from Marjan as well. As someone who can put the ball in the basket, playing stronger, more confident, doing things defensively as well, getting his hands on balls, deflections, stuff like that. So I think he's going to make some big steps this year as well. But the young guys, they've been great. They've been just fantastic.